Hello, this is Richard Hobbs, minister servant Richard Hobbs, trying to serve others, but the devil's really trying to destroy us. Now here's my wristband. Here's how your money's being wasted by the government and crooked people pretend they're medicine. This is the first band I got April, let's see, 9, well, this is the wristband I got at the St. Joseph's Hospital. Went there. I went there 4 o'clock in the afternoon to figure out why I was itching uncontrollably, and they took my paper. 4 hours later, without seeing me, talking to me, doing anything, they told me I was discharged. Then I complained, and then they reissued my case or whatever, 12/17/2019, and was there till 7 o'clock in the morning. Around halfway through the time, the nurse comes to me and says, "There's nothing you have that we really need to worry about here," but then agreed that my uncontrollable itching, which we didn't know what was causing it, that should be looked at by a doctor. Then 4 hours later, they come by, tell me I'm discharged without a doctor seeing me. The St. Joseph's Hospital in Yonkers, New York, it's got to be one of the worst emergency rooms in the United States because the people are poor there in Yonkers and they're somewhat ignorant, and the people running the hospital are more ignorant than the people who go there as patients, I think. So since they didn't treat me, then the next day I went to the wound care center in St. Joseph's Hospital. I was trying to get them to make sure I didn't have lice or something so I wouldn't contaminate the wound care center, but they didn't do it. And so I went to the wound care center and got my bandages fixed on my feet. This is not them because I'll tell you in a second. So then the next day, 2 days later, I went to wound care. They bandaged my feet, told me to come back Friday because of the Christmas holiday on Wednesday. So now I went there. Then the next day I was in Staten Island ferry terminal, itching so bad. I took a bus and I went to the Staten Island University Hospital, the north one. They said that's the best one to go to of the hospitals in Staten Island. And they were very good at first, like most places. They're going to come in and you're going to get your money. You know it's coming from the government. They're going to not get my money. They're going to get your money, because if you're watching this, you pay for me to go there. I don't pay. And then they take advantage of it eventually. But they did help me there. They helped me. They said I didn't have lice first. The doctors examined, said they didn't see any bugs, but they didn't look closely enough because I didn't know what it was. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what was causing me to itch, but it was severe. And they gave me very good, nice help up to a certain point. And they gave me this person to help me get it washed, which was what I needed to do. I hadn't been washed in months. I haven't been washed in years, really correctly, because I don't have anyone to help me do it. I'm stuck in a wheelchair, and I can stand up a little, but I can't stand up and wash myself. I'll fall over. It's just a nightmare to do what I have to do. And so then till they were done, they got my feet wet, so when the bandages got wet, I was told always I got to go to an emergency room, have them changed. I did need them changed, but instead of then when they didn't tell each other that, they said they would, but they didn't in the emergency room in Staten Island University Hospital. I don't know what university it is, but maybe it's just a name, Northwell, or a company I think runs it. And so then they jerry-rigged, fixed my feet in ace bandages, but they're not right. They're freezing. They put these socks on in a stupid way, so the socks came off. I can't fix them because I'm crippled. I'm in a wheelchair, handicapped, and my feet are cold. And now I'm at Riverside Church, going to Riverside Development Corporation, which is a good thing, the Riverside Development Committee. And we need, the Riverside Church is dysfunctional, has $16 million a year that it wastes. It's my money, it's our money, I'm a member. Some of that money went into that endowment, came from me and from people related to me, or people who, when they died, we were a part of their will. And they were people that were at this church when it started. They helped start the church. I was here 65 years ago. They were here 90 years ago. And Miss Renton, she was the secretary to Dr. Harry Emerson Fosdick, who I knew well when I was a child. We did Bible studies with him, private, personal. He was very kind to me. He was nothing wrong with him. He wasn't a child pervert or anything. He was just a very good, godly, kind man who didn't understand the truth about the Bible. He got the confusion of the modernism, but he didn't really believe it the way people think he did. He just believed in Jesus. And he was saved as a child. He had issues growing up. I can't say what they are because his daughter's still living, but I'll never say what they are. He was, even though I was a child and he was a grown-up, elderly man, we had some very meaningful conversations, and he shared some very private things with me. Also, I know all about him because Miss Renton was his private secretary for 20 years. And when he and John D. Rockefeller used to have confessionals and meetings and talking, every time she was there taking shorthand, and she gave it to one of her secretaries. They typed it up. So both John Rockefeller and his minister had a printed book listing all the things they'd ever said to each other. Each of them. And I don't know where those books are, if they exist. They might be in the memoirs of Fosdick or the memoirs of Rockefeller, or they might have been destroyed. God knows, but Jesus knows all of it. And I know what I know from people telling me about it, people that were there, first-hand primary source information. Now that's that wonderful machine they have to damage the floors here that they don't know what they're doing with it. But praise Jesus, praise Jesus. That's the damage on the floors there, if you can see it, the lines. They scratched the stone floor with that machine. But anyway, now this is the list this is the Riverside booklet where they list when meetings are. And it's right now about 9:30 on Saturday morning. They have this listed for 9 a.m. But the clerk, security guard, told me it's on their sheet for 10 a.m. And then look how they spent whatever it cost them to produce this booklet. This is a wonderful church with a lot of money, and they can change time. Monday, December 9th at 6:30 p.m., Membership and Parish Life Commission meeting. But look, this wonderful church is so wonderful. They have Monday, December 10th at 4:45 Worship Commission. So they're able to have a Monday on December 9th, a Monday, December 10th. And then look how great they are. We also have here Tuesday nominating committee, Tuesday, December 10th. So we have 2 December 10ths, a Monday and a Tuesday, and we have a Monday that's both the 9th and the 10th. This is a wonderful church, very effective or dysfunctional. And of course, December 23rd, they're going to have that meeting. I'll try to go to it on Monday, but they're going to try to keep me out of it. They don't like me. They treat me with prejudice in this church ever since about halfway through the Forbes administration. I don't know why. He just turned coat on me, started being prejudiced against me, maybe because I'm white, maybe because I'm Christian, I believe the Bible, maybe because I asked him if he was saved and he got insulted. I wasn't trying to insult him. I thought he was saved. He seemed like such a wonderful guy. And then he had me banned from the church. The next day I came into the church, asked him privately if he was saved. I thought he was saved and working for Jesus to rescue this church from hell. And then it turns out that he wasn't, I don't know, he didn't seem to be saved. I'd been coming here 15 years paying attention to him on the sly. But he hired me to come here and entertain children at the fair, the street fair. Hired me to make cotton candy. Hired me for lots of things. Now they had me arrested for under false pretenses when Amy Butler came in here with our administration that's still lingering here. They don't like me to go to the Bible studies because I know the Bible, and they don't. And they deceive the people what it says in the Bible, what it means. And they don't want anyone there who's read it for themselves and knows what it means. I've done that. So we'll put this on YouTube if we can fit it. And we'll pray for Jesus to help us to get this church saved. Right now, the people are mostly dying in Riverside Church, and they go to hell, and they don't realize it. But deliver them from darkness. Help me, Jesus. Maybe I'm going to hell, and I don't know it. But let's get salvation here instead of Satan, and let's Jesus come into this church and take it back over from Satan. I showed you how Satan's running it. Amen.